Hi guys, welcome to lesson 34. I can see peace instead of this. I'm really struggling today. I found out that someone had been killed in a hit and run on his bicycle. And it was a young musician that had done some work with me. I knew him from about the age of 15. That's when I started working with him. He came to sing for me and he sang Maria from West Side Story, and he had the most beautiful voice. And I did a workshop with him about 7 years ago, and last time I saw him, he was working, I think, in Costa, and he was just a lovely, lovely young man. And he was knocked off his bike by two lunatics that sped down the road and killed him. And I just found out about it yesterday, and I'm gutted. So how can I use the course today? I can see peace instead of this. Maybe because I don't know anything. You know, all this stuff that it's happening in our world. All the bad stuff, we call it bad. We call death bad. We call what's happening in America with the Muslim people bad. But what if it's all got to happen for a reason? What if it's all got to happen the same way that I sat in a wheelchair for 4 months and thought that my life was over, and yet it gave me the energy and the strength to get up and do more? What if we don't know? There always seemed to be an aura over this young man that he was going to die young. I knew it. Something inside me knew that something was going to happen to him years and years ago, but I never trusted that part of me. I mean, we're talking about a long time ago. And then, of course, I saw him years later and he was fine, and, you know, but maybe I knew that that's what his journey was, to only have a short life. He was 28 years old. But it hurts when we lose people. And so, to use the lesson today, I can see peace instead of this. It's asking a lot of me to see everything in a different way to the way we're brought up to believe. That death is a bad thing. We don't know the answers. We don't know what's going to come from this. Maybe a charity will start for cyclists to protect them, because there's no cyclists, there's no lanes. I don't know anything. I don't know the reason for anything. I just know that afterwards, after the so-called bad stuff happens, we wake up. Something wakes up and there's a change. Like all the affinity and love and compassion towards the Muslim people because of what's happening with that lunatic in America. You know, because we can't have a world like that, and he won't come into England. We won't let him in. Because we are a good country, we're an interfaith country, we're a loving and compassionate country towards each other. But the Course is telling me that I can see peace in this. I can see peace in death. I can see peace in anything because it's not what I think it is. That Spirit is telling me that it's something else. Spirit is telling me that death can't exist. That there's only love. There's only love, and that we make it all up and it's all in our heads. I don't understand it, and I all I know is that all I can say is I can see peace in this instead. That we're feeling human emotions, connecting, grieving this young man together. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what his journey was and why he had to leave us so soon. And such an incredible talent had to go so soon. And he's in good company because a lot of talent went last year. And my dad went last year. But he went at the beginning of this year, you know. So I don't know the answers. All I know is I have to trust that I can see peace instead of this. That there's an answer that I don't know. I don't know what happened, and I don't expect I ever will know, unless his life was meant to be short in order to make something else happen. Like I say, maybe a charity that will come from his death and an awful accident. I don't know. But it's up to me to learn how to detach with love and to be able to send love to his family and love to him, to help his spirit move on. So I'm very sad today. And I had to put a lesson on because I'm struggling to use the lesson, but I'll keep saying it. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. That's what the lesson is saying to me, that I don't know the answers and that it's not up to me to judge what happens, but just to be able to find peace in everything so I can carry on my life. What if death is not what we think? What if it's a beautiful release, and when it happens, the soul goes into total peace and just moves on to another lesson? I don't know. As I said, all I can do is use the lesson for today when I'm feeling as low as I am. So try it. I can see peace in this. I can see peace in every situation, which because I don't know, because I have to think there's another answer. Like I said, when I sat in a wheelchair for 4 months, I thought I wasn't going to walk again. I was able to see beyond it, and now I'm walking. And while I was in the wheelchair, I didn't understand. I didn't see the peace in it then, did I? But I did rise above it eventually, and now I'm walking with one crutch. So we don't really know, guys. We don't really know why things are happening. All we know is they're coming up for a reason. People are leaving the planet. A lot of people, another friend of mine, he lost his daughter and her husband in a suicide pact. Another musician friend of mine. Musicians seem to be getting it lately. And the families. So all I can pray is that I don't want any more grief. I think it's also brought back my grief around my father, because grief is grief and it brings it back time and time again if it hasn't been cleared. So I feel pretty lonely today, asking for love, compassion. If you watch this video, then send me some love and compassion, and send some love and compassion to the family of this young man whose life was taken. But as I say, I don't know the answers. So that's the only peace I can find here, is that I don't know the answers and that I don't know what death is. Of course, it's saying to me it doesn't exist. It's just waking up. You just wake up. That's it. You wake up. I don't know. So that's the lesson for today. And I just needed to say that. Love you lots. Bye.